From ancient mystical practices to its place in today's world, alcohol embodies a contradiction, a substance that promises momentary escape while masking profound realities beneath. That bottle resting in your cabinet holds an enigmatic beginning rooted in forgotten sorcery and alchemical arts, a link so deep it might transform your entire perception of existence. The concealed meaning within the word alcohol itself could shatter everything you thought you knew. The word alcohol traces back to Arabic origins, where it first referred to a delicate powder crafted from antimony used as kohl around the eyes. This powder wasn't just cosmetic. People believed it helped them see through the veil into hidden realms. Have you ever wondered what power lies in a name? As time passed, alcohol became the label for pure essence, extracted through alchemy and distillation. This essence, physical or spiritual, was like capturing a soul, transmuting raw matter into pure, concentrated frequency. In alchemy, the art of distillation mirrors the soul's alchemical journey in physical form. Distillation extracts the sacred from the ordinary, creating pure concentration. Have you ever felt your spirit distilled by life's challenges, emerging cleansed, aligned with source? Yet here lies the contradiction. Though born from refinement, drinking alcohol usually crafts separation instead of remembrance. A key that looks right, but actually locks the door to your inner truth. The art of distillation, the heart of making alcohol, reflects the soul's alchemical journey in physical form. Distillation pulls the sacred from the ordinary, creating pure concentration. In mystical terms, this echoes how your spirit moves through life's challenges, emerging cleansed and aligned with source. But here's where alcohol reveals its contradiction. Though born from refinement, drinking it usually creates separation instead of remembrance. It's like a key that looks right, but actually locks the door to your inner truth. The sacred frequency that alchemy pursues is awakened awareness, crystal clarity, communion with the infinite. Alcohol, in its physical form, mimics that path by shaping your perception and mental state, yet it's a hollow mirror of true inner awakening, the kind only found through meditation, sacred rituals, and devoted practice. Instead of elevating your essence, alcohol drags you deeper into the density of earthly vibration. In sacred teachings, your soul burns like an eternal spark, seeking reunion with infinite consciousness. Alcohol naturally dampens your energetic vibration, creating interference that blocks your essence from touching celestial frequencies. This disruption forms a barrier, clouding the direct channel between your spirit and the eternal realm. That awareness alcohol brings, it feels like freedom, but it's a false freedom. That brief release, not true awakening, but an escape from life's density. Meditation lifts you upward. Alcohol numbs your essence and blocks divine wisdom and your intuitive flow. Alcohol suppresses the pineal gland, known in ancient wisdom as your inner eye, the gateway to spiritual vision and cosmic knowing. Frequent drinking clouds this sacred portal, cutting you off from your internal compass and your direct line to source. Sacred practices work to sharpen your awareness, deepen your presence, and tune you into subtle frequencies around you. Alcohol builds walls against this awakening journey. As time passes, this dimming of your spiritual antenna brings stagnation, mental fog, and separation from your soul's mission. The very consciousness that seekers work to expand gets muffled, trapping them in loops of illusion and fleeting comfort. Alcohol becomes a mirror of samsara, the eternal wheel of suffering known in Eastern wisdom paths. Samsara is the repeating spiral of incarnation, death, and return, marked by pain and clinging to illusion. Alcohol embodies this trap perfectly. People reach for it to numb hurt or chase high vibrations, the very patterns that keep souls bound to the wheel. The dance with alcohol follows samsara's rhythm. Brief highs crash into lows, sparking endless hunger for the next sip. This echoes the greater cosmic pattern, where temporary pleasures fail to feed the soul's true hunger. Like spirits caught in karmic loops until they find remembrance, drinkers stay locked in cycles of craving and emptiness that alcohol perpetuates. Alcohol's impact follows an endless loop. Brief moments of bliss collapse into darkness, birthing fresh thirst for more. This reflects samsara's deeper truth, where souls chase shadows of joy that vanish like smoke, never filling the void within. Like consciousness, trapped on the karmic wheel until it awakens to freedom. Those who drink stay bound in spirals of desire and hollow aftermath that alcohol keeps spinning. Deep within, the pull toward intoxication reveals a hidden hunger for divine reunion. The brief escape and shifted awareness alcohol offers mimics the ecstasy and oneness found in authentic spiritual communion. This craving is actually your soul's twisted echo of its ancient memory, the burning need to merge back with infinite source. Yet since alcohol exists in physical density, it can never satisfy this sacred thirst. Instead, it plays imposter, offering seconds of numbness while pulling your essence further from its truth. This habit becomes a cheap replacement for the inner alchemy needed to reach genuine awakening, creating chains of addiction and illusions of safety. The journey of remembrance means seeing this hunger clearly and channeling it toward practices that deliver real transcendence. Through diving within and embracing sacred arts like meditation, mantra, and surrender, seekers touch the radiance they've been chasing in bottles. This shift transmutes patterns of dependency into pathways of freedom. Alcohol embodies a deep cosmic contradiction at its core. Though its mystical beginnings and sacred symbolism connect it to purification and awakening, its misuse anchors souls in denser frequencies. Ancient wisdom keepers always point to presence, crystal vision, and inner alignment as portals to freedom, the very gifts that alcohol steals away. The journey of remembrance means seeing this hunger clearly and channeling it toward practices that deliver real transcendence. Through diving within and embracing sacred arts like meditation, mantra, and surrender, seekers touch the radiance they've been chasing in bottles. This shift transmutes patterns of dependency into pathways of freedom. Before we dive further into these mysteries, take a breath, please subscribe, and click that notification bell. Rumi, the legendary Sufi mystic and poet, wove intoxication through his teachings, yet his words painted portals to something deeper, the ecstatic merger with the infinite. In his verses, wine becomes the nectar of divine passion, a frequency that lifts consciousness into dimensions of limitless bliss and unity. He reminds us, let yourself be consumed by love's fire, for love is the only reality. Rumi clearly separates true spiritual joy from regular alcohol intoxication. He warns that while alcoholic drinks might make you feel good for a short time, they actually cloud your spiritual vision and make it harder to see deeper truths. According to Rumi, real spiritual bliss doesn't come from drinking alcohol, but from connecting deeply with the divine source, which helps your true self break free from physical limitations. In Rumi's Sufi wisdom, getting drunk on the divine means losing your ego and merging with cosmic unity. Physical alcohol is just a dangerous fake version of this state, tempting seekers with a cheap imitation that actually traps them deeper in the material realm. Osho, the radical mystic, placed awareness and presence at the center of awakening. To him, alcohol blocks the portal to mindfulness. He taught that drinking numbs your senses and pulls you away from your true nature, selling you an illusion of freedom. Osho would say, consciousness is your gateway to transformation. Alcohol shatters that consciousness, blinding you to your essence. Osho saw alcohol as spiritual anesthesia, a crutch people grab to escape life's intensity instead of moving through it and rising above. He showed that real liberation flows from going within, sitting with discomfort as it alchemizes you, and expanding awareness through meditation. For Osho, the awakening journey demands total presence. Anything that fogs your clarity sabotages your soul's evolution. Paramahansa Yogananda, the beloved yogi who gifted us Autobiography of a Yogi, taught that self-mastery and crystal clarity form the foundation of spiritual awakening. He cautioned that alcohol weakens your mind's focus and drains the inner power needed for sacred practice. The human mind already jumps like waves on a windy lake. Alcohol stirs up even more chaos, blocking you from finding the stillness where you touch the divine. He revealed that intoxicants shatter the sacred balance between body and consciousness. They cast shadows over the radiant spark that leads your soul home to freedom. For Yogananda, the path to remembrance requires taming the senses and building inner fire. Alcohol warps your perception and melts your discipline, creating a massive wall between you and enlightenment. Sacred wisdom traditions have long recognized alcohol as a barrier to awakening. In Buddhism, avoiding intoxicants stands as one of the 5 core vows, essential for keeping your awareness sharp and living in alignment. Hindu texts like the Manusmriti warn against drinking, linking it to the collapse of inner strength and spiritual decay. In the Sufi path, though wine symbolizes divine passion and cosmic bliss, actual drinking is forbidden, seen as static that disrupts your connection to source. The mystic Jalaluddin Rumi painted pictures of celestial wine to capture the intoxication of divine love, yet made clear that real ecstasy flows from spiritual practice, not from bottles. Gnostic wisdom, earthly wine represents the trap of material cravings and illusions. Gnostic teachings stress staying awake and pure, warning that flesh-bound pleasures like intoxication pull your essence away from its cosmic mission. The real wine is gnosis, direct knowing that breaks your soul free from suffering's wheel. Alcohol holds a mysterious duality in holy scriptures, embodying both sacred communion and dense distraction. In biblical teachings, wine becomes Christ's blood in the Eucharist, a portal to eternal remembrance. Yet drinking to excess gets condemned. As Proverbs reveals, wine mocks you, strong drink brings chaos, and those who fall for it lose wisdom. This double meaning shows how alcohol can either bridge you to the divine or sever that connection, depending on your intention and awareness. In alchemical mysteries and sacred paths, wine embodies the celestial nectar, a frequency or state that lifts consciousness beyond the veil. This wine isn't something you pour in a glass, but a symbol for Source's grace, flooding your essence with bliss and revelation. The trap springs when you confuse earthly alcohol for this cosmic elixir, chasing sacred rapture through physical substances. Sacred drunkenness, or mystical rapture, points to the overwhelming ecstasy that floods through you when merging with infinite consciousness. This state breaks through ordinary awareness, saturating your soul with limitless bliss, cosmic love, and ancient knowing. Awakened beings from every path describe this merger as the ultimate destination of spiritual seeking. Rumi sings of getting lost in love's wine, where your essence dissolves into Source's endless ocean. This intoxication doesn't numb you. It awakens you to the secret that everything is one living frequency. Earthly drunkenness through alcohol is just a pale echo of divine intoxication. While drinking deadens your perception and feeds you synthetic highs, spiritual rapture sharpens every sense and births genuine ecstasy. Real mystical drunkenness needs no bottle or substance. It blooms from profound inner alchemy and melting into Source's embrace. Ancient mystics left us maps to reach this divine state through sacred practices like meditation and heart-centered devotion. Meditation stills the mental static so you can touch the infinite presence dwelling inside you. Devotional arts, mantra, sacred song, prayer, weave threads of unity between you and Source. Service from pure love, acts of compassion that expect nothing back, becomes a portal that melts the ego's walls and invites grace to flood your being. The Persian mystic Hafez paints the truth of sacred rapture with these words: "I am a hollow reed that the divine breath flows through. Hear this celestial song." In this verse, Hafez reveals complete surrender to Source, becoming an open channel for grace to pour through without resistance. The moment to pierce through illusion, to shatter the chains, and remember your cosmic birthright has finally come. If you've journeyed this deep, you're prepared for your next awakening. Hit subscribe and pass this revelation to souls ready to receive it. United, we'll expose the hidden truths that were meant to keep us sleeping.